It's the show you need. Hosted by the Butcher and Aubyns Guarantee. Every Friday.
With the Butcher and Aubyns, hear the tech flow. Streaming matters, tune in. It's the prime show. Cut the cords where you guys feel the rock grow. Saving cash while the streaming info does flow. Oh, tune in to where the streamers all belong. Yeah. To Butcher, Robin back on the scene. Crack the codes of the stream. They're living the dream. Streamers matters where it's at. Best believe it's the zone. Getting tech savvy cuts while you chill at home. Rock on, with DNA where tech savvy's never wrong, yeah. Face of watches, record, can't wait for bar free. Bang now, and the Bethlehem. Concerning all by Wayne, Barker, Paul Beam. For the fat sell you will come into the frame. Oh, tune in to where the streamers all belong. Yeah. In the digital wave.
And we're live.
Yeah.
Welcome. Hello to everybody that's watching us, all the people in the side chat. How is everybody on the panel doing?
Good.
Well,
All right.
Well, I would like a disclaimer because I think the AI had a stroke on that. Because if you ever go back and listen at the when there's 26 seconds left on the timer, it starts speaking gibberish. I have no idea what the hell it's saying. And when I tried to read the lyrics, they were non-existent. They weren't there. So I don't know if it has a stroke or it just decided to start speaking a foreign language. But I've yet to know what the hell it sounded like. And I couldn't listen to 2 minutes of the Bluegrass today. So that's why I only got 10 seconds of it.
Hey, Dave, could it be that AI is looking for a raise?
Yeah, well,
could be.
If AI is working for this channel, it's out of shit luck.
It ain't getting paid. It was funny because I listened. I'm thinking, am I hearing? Not hearing?
I know, right?
Like, dang, I didn't smoke anything before we started the show. My brain ain't skipping yet. Well, it was funny. Yeah, but hey, Beach making songs for us every week. We got different song theme, opening song every week. It seems like he has found his new passion. And actually, Beach used to be in a band. I mean, he was a lead singer for quite a while. I mean, I know that seen videos where he was up on the stage and screaming out the lyrics. So we're just kind of rolling back in your time, right? You just kind of.
Well, plus 4 days of straight rain. I put it this way. You figure if you did a show every Friday, so that's 52 intros. Right now, I've been doing this for 3 weeks, and we have 27. So that accounts for a lot of rain.
Yeah.
Hey, and everybody's welcome for me not using the church one that you made. With the gospel. It wasn't even gospel. It was like sound like Catholic Like,
Yeah, we could save it for one day if we have to do a Sunday show.
no,
Yeah.
You know?
no. It was.
No,
I mean,
no.
if it was a
Horrible.
Southern Baptist, it would. I could have dealt with that. But that sounded like out of some Catholic. Yeah. No. It was not a. It was a.
Hey,
no
I just
bueno.
asked AI. I said religious choir, and it did it.
Yeah,
pulled
it
up.
was.
Mhm.
It was religious
Yeah.
choir, but yeah, I was
Not
like,
the
no,
right
that's
one.
not. Appreciate your work, but we're not using that one. So hey, we got introduction. Hey, thanks for everyone jumping in on the side chat. Thank you all of our determined, loyal people that are watching us every week and watching us live as we go through all the tough stuff that will affect you on your streaming quality, tech news, as well as your wallet. We try to look out for your wallet, and Aubyn's always looking out to protect people's necks. So, making sure people stay safe. The second half of our show, which is on the second hour, we will do our movie review. And that is Eddy's pick this week was Old Oak. So that will
The
be
Old
our
Oak.
pick, The Old Oak. So we
Yeah.
will cover that at the next hour. So Eddy's got to be on pins and needles, waiting for us to hear what we have to say about
Oh
it.
yeah.
And if
Um,
you didn't watch the movie, The Old Oak isn't about morning wood. So
Yeah, when I looked it up, I actually got a different result, and I
Yeah.
watched it. The Old Oak. Yeah, there were so many ways that can go wrong. So let's go ahead and jump into some of the tech news, and this is going to be tech news that you don't hear about in a lot of other places. Let me see if I can share my screen, and we'll cover the first topics, which was old Turks. I'll throw this out there. Okay. So UK Turks was down for a few weeks and it is back up. I think it was yesterday or the day before their servers back online. Basically, bottom line on this, what had happened was their server host gave them the boot. So they lost their hosting site. They were not able to host it someplace. And this went as with the add-on as well as the APK. It was removed from their hosting site, and he had to do some jumping around trying to find a home for the add-on for the data. And they have found a new server home. Seems to be running fine. So if you're using Turks, it should give you a prompt. Did you see it, Beach? Did you?
Yeah, what'll happen? I was on version 113, which was the latest app. So basically, when you log on to it, you'll get an update telling you to update, and it'll download straight directly from UK Turks and install version 115
Okay.
is the new version. So you don't have to uninstall it; it'll just overwrite over top
Awesome.
of the 113. So easy peasy.
Yeah, that's awesome. And again, they were having to jump through hoops trying to find a host. Sometimes some of these things are not the easiest things to try to find a host site, and a host site that's not going to break your bank. I mean, again, these guys aren't these aren't multi-million-dollar companies that are trying to host these things. So sometimes it's a little bit of a work, and they had to do some groundwork to find a site. And right now, knock on wood, everything seems to be running fine there. So if you've had it, it should update and you should be ready to go. One of the things I will mention, someone did ask in my Telegram room today, is does Turks allow RD? And I want to say it was version 1.2 or 1.3. Well, I should say 1.13 and 1. But they did add RD. So if you have RD, you actually can authorize Turks, and you can bypass the PIN, the need for a PIN system. So if you have Turks and you had RD, you can put those creds in there and stream without much fuss, and to not have to go through the PIN system. Some people don't like the PIN system. Some people do. The one plus about the PIN system is you don't need RD, and it costs you nothing but going to a website, getting you go to a website, get a PIN. You get, I think it's a 6-digit PIN. You go to the add-on or the APK, you type in that 6-digit PIN, the add-on opens and will play, I think it was 3 to 4 hours. I want to say 4 is what it will play
Used to be
without
4.
ads. Huh?
It used to be 4. I don't know if it still
Okay.
is.
I think you're probably right. I don't think he's changed. I couldn't remember, but so it will play without any ads or any issue. You don't have to put the pin back in unless you go past that 4-hour mark and start a new movie or TV show. If you're watching something, let's say you watched one movie and it wasn't the 4 hours yet, it was just 3 hours, and you started the next movie, you won't get a break in the middle of it asking for the pin again. The content will play all the way to the end, and you won't need the pin unless you try to watch another thing past that 4-hour window, and then put a pin in. But it is free, so that is the one caveat to using it. Some people love it, some people hate it. If you don't like it, don't use it. But giving you RD options is always a great feature if you already have RD. One of the things I will say about the on some of the Facebook groups, I actually had seen people had posted that he was arrested. I seen that people had all kinds of conspiracy stories with that, but untrue. So if people, again, most of the people over in our side chat, if you want to stay on top of this, if you come to one of our Telegram groups and ask the questions, probably can get a pretty good answer, and it's going to be truthful. A lot of times on Reddit or Facebook, you don't know who you're talking to if they're just talking out their ass. So where you get your information is probably more important than what information you get, because sometimes Reddit or some of these other places, it's just people talking out their ass. So
they've been saying that your Fire Stick is going to quit working because they're going to force a new operating system.
Oh yes,
for a year and a half. So
yeah. Got to get you. Hey, they're useless now. Those Fire Sticks are useless. You need to get you an on box. That's and we've talked about the operating system. Yes, Fire Stick will go to a new operating system, but it very unlikely that it will be the Fire Stick versions that we're all using, or I shouldn't say all of us, but I guess I do use one upstairs. But it'll probably be on new TVs or new devices. That's the operating system it will be on. It won't be on the current Fire Sticks and stuff. So again, where you hear things is probably more important than what you hear. You need to make sure to get the right information. This is right. So ROM sites are getting shut down quite a bit now. Ever since Nintendo went after, what's it, Yuzu?
Yeah. Who was? I think it was.
I think it was Yuzu. When they went after Yuzu, and Nintendo went after them because this Yuzu was a Switch emulator. So the Switch handheld system, the Yuzu had it to where they had an emulator to where that you could get the games, run it on a PC or a Pi or other devices like that, and you could play your Switch games through this emulator. Well, Nintendo went after Yuzu hard and heavy and won the case and actually got them to shut down. Since then, there was, and as we all know, what happens as soon as they shut down one of our applications or programs?
Another
one, whack-a-mole.
Yeah,
dominoes.
People create what they call forks, which is basically you take the same software and you change the name. We had Suyu or something like that came out right away. That got shut down within a few weeks. And Nintendo has really pushed hard on removing their ROMs from all kinds of websites. And now Sega and Lego has jumped in on the same bandwagon. So they're kind of riding the coattails of Nintendo spending the money and the real footwork of getting these sites taken down or getting stuff taken away off their sites, their content taken off, Sega and Lego jumped right on it. Here's our letter that we want our content off of it. So one of the sites is Vim's Lair. Vim's Lair has been around a long time. There was lots and lots of content on this, and Nintendo items, Sega and Lega and ESA, which I don't know what ESA is. ESA, electronic sport. No, I don't know. So ESA, Sega, Nintendo, Lego has asked Vims to remove their copyrighted content from the website, and it has happened. The reason why I want to bring this up is this domino is not going to stop, in my opinion. We're going to see them going after a lot of things. I want to say a few weeks back, Torrent Freak or somebody else talked about how many GitHubs had been shut down on how many Gits had been shut down on GitHub that were Nintendo emulator stuff. Not the ROMs, but the emulators themselves. So if you're a person that likes to play retro gaming, you like using ROMs, this and that, my suggestion would be to pull an Aubyns.
Yep.
And
Definitely.
and pull an Aubyns and start collecting. Because this stuff is going to be harder and harder to find as we move forward. As Nintendo, does their looking around here, grabbing that site. Of course, the big popular sites are going to go first. The real well-known sites are going to go, but then we're going to the archive.org. I'm surprised we haven't heard nothing about that. That's definitely going to be hit. I mean, I can't see them hiding. That's too public of a thing. We're going to see some of the torrents probably disappearing from the public trackers. So if you're a person that likes to play retro games, you may want to make sure that whatever ROMs that you like, you're going to want to have that stuff, because we're going to see, and I don't think they're going to stop with Nintendo and Sega, but those are active companies.
Yeah.
You probably
But
yeah.
I think the thing is that like a lot of these, look what Atari did. Atari trying to make that comeback by saying, oh well, we'll make some money by, making a little system to play all the old stuff, and people love it, So that's why they're gonna say, hey, you know what, they can still get more money out of this, beat the same horse, and so all these other guys are gonna do the same thing.
Yeah, I just looked. Sega CD, I'm surprised is still there.
Yeah.
And again, this is just their site, the Vim site. So we're gonna see more. Again, Vim's has had a lot of stuff. But if you're a person that thinks you're gonna want to be playing, or it's gonna go away. I think. Well, I don't say go away. It's gonna be harder to find. So yeah, I've been pulling an Aubyns pretty hard the last few weeks. So I'll just call it that. I'm gonna call this new term for it. I'm pulling an Aubyns.
I'm pulling an Aubyns. Okay.
So,
all right. And meanwhile, as I'm formatting a 20 terabyte drive right now.
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
Backups.
Yeah.
Backup. He's a king of backup.
Yeah.
So yeah. So you might want to, if you're into that kind of stuff, you're going to want to kind of keep an eye on that. Let's see. This was an article, and I don't know if any of you guys on the panel had seen this, about some film companies wanting the addresses and names of certain people that were helping others on Reddit. Basically, the gist of this is there was people that were answering Reddit questions about Frontier Cable, I think is what it was, and basically the user says, yeah, nothing gets blocked from me. I've been able to get content, and basically saying it was easy with Frontier to get the content that they wanted to get. The film company said, hey, we had sent a letter to Frontier, and now we're going to sue Frontier because they should have been more diligent about stopping our content being shared out there. So what the film company said was, hey, since this person said they were a Frontier customer, we want their name and their address so that we can use their information when we go after Frontier in court. And Reddit has basically been fighting it, saying, hey, we can't just give you their name just because you say you want to use their information, because who's to say they stop with just, oh, we just want their name so that it gives validity to our case that they said that Frontier wasn't stopping them from sharing. This is where Reddit, again, when we post on Reddit threads, you think, oh, I'm anonymous because I got, you got Jimmy Baked Beans as your username, and you set some funky country as your place. But the film companies are saying, no, we can force Reddit to give us the IP address of you or your name, because if they get your IP address, then they can follow the breadcrumbs to back to you. But then again, I think what Reddit said is that you can't guarantee that that's the person at that IP address. So, I mean, what's your guys' thoughts on the film industry trying to go this route to use
that's
Reddit
nuts.
as a weapon?
Well,
Anyway.
they're trying everything because they're fighting a
Yeah.
losing fight.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think the ISPs, ever since the Cox lost that copyright infringement with music for $2 billion, that woke up some of the other people say, yeah, it may get overturned in court, but look at the millions upon millions of dollars they had to spend to defend themselves. So I can see why somebody wants to be on the proactive and say, look, we've tried to stop piracy before, so screw you and your lawsuit. But
Yeah, I mean, you think about we talk about the power, about people that have all this power behind a keyboard, and you think, I'm fine, I'm safe, I can do the snap, but it does make you think about, well, if you're going to be posting on Reddit, so now a person would need to be not only using a fake name, which 99% of people are using, but then they got to use a VPN. Every time you log into Reddit, you'd have to be using a VPN to make sure that if you say something that could be used against you, that they don't come back. Because that's the thing. It makes you think, so how much
Can't say
what
nothing.
can they hold you accountable for on a post for thread? Let's say you were on a help thread and you're helping people. So now can you be sued because you gave people information just
Maybe.
through?
It's crazy. Yeah, but you could, but that's just ridiculous.
It sounds ridiculous, but it makes me wonder, is that on the horizon? Is that they're going to go after anybody that's helping people on threads and saying, oh wow, this person gave out information they shouldn't have gave. They gave URLs they shouldn't have gave. They gave too much help. Obviously they know way too much, or they spreading their knowledge, so we're going to sue them because of giving a knowledge. And I mean, again, you not necessarily had the content, you didn't download the content, but if you seem like maybe you know too much and you're giving that information out, that the film company could go after you. And it does make you wonder with using Reddit or different places, how much information can you give, and can you be held responsible because you gave information? I mean, just like this with the stuff we talk about, does that mean that we're going to get in trouble because we're just giving out information? And again, we're not giving out any links. We're not giving out anything that's, directing the people to do this and that. But just because we're giving information, it's like, oh, well, you gave too much information, so now we're going after you.
I think to the letter of the law, we could be an accomplice to a crime. The
Yeah.
crime being copyright infringement. So we probably should be a little worried about it. I'm not. All my usernames on everything are my real name spelled backwards. So I'm not that worried about it. But maybe I should be.
Yeah. So I don't know. It's a food for thought for us that use Reddit or even other platforms. I mean, here, there, anywhere. Be careful of what what safety precautions we put in to make sure it can't be tracked back to who we truly are.
I
What's
thought
up,
they took down
Joyce?
the Pirate Bay. I know Pirate Bay's still active, but at one time it was very, very active, and they got them. They got to those guys because at one time they sent an email. One of the users or one of the founders sent an email from an unencrypted source, and they tracked it all back from one freaking email that the guy sent. So
Yeah. If they're gonna get you, they're gonna get you.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Another topic we had here, which was Nvidia Computex 2024 keynote, and the top of the article is "It made my blood run cold." You guys read this article? What was this article about?
How Nvidia doesn't make Nvidia shields anymore.
Hey, wait, there won't be a new one. That's what he was trying to do.
Yeah.
Yeah. You wouldn't be able to power it up.
You mean you get a rebate on an older model?
No. Hey, you can look on Facebook, and I'll tell you, even here, I've been looking on Facebook. I saw a 2000, I think it was a 17 model, 2017 model with the gamepad, and they still wanted $200 for it here.
Wow.
On
Crazy.
Facebook. 2017. So the
Canadian.
damn thing is 6 years old at least, and wanted $200 for it.
Well,
I
hey,
saw
you,
one.
you got
I
to say
saw-
it still works great though.
Yeah, it does. It does. But there is. What device you going to give somebody damn near the same
But for
thing? 6 years
$200,
later?
right. That's crazy. Especially when you just might want to just get a mini PC
Yeah, definitely.
for that kind of money.
Well,
This
speaking
is
of
what
pay-
Nvidia does now. They make AI. This is what they do.
Mhm.
Yeah.
They went from just a little company that made graphics cards to a $3 trillion company in like a 10-year span.
yeah,
So
3 trillion.
yeah, with a T.
Trillion.
What a T.
And growing. I mean, I
And
don't
growing.
think
And growing. Yeah.
that's not stopping. I mean, more I think about it, I'm like, fuck, why don't I need to stick some money in it because it's
Mhm.
going to grow. I mean, it's
Yeah, the stock
There was
split
There
again.
was a segment what about 3 weeks ago, Roger, on 60 Minutes about Nvidia. And that was pretty interesting. So if you haven't seen it, I suggest you dig it up and watch that segment on Nvidia that they did on 60 Minutes.
But
Yeah,
that thing
that
that's behind Jensen there, the guy with the black leather jacket, that's an
Yeah.
AI graphics card packet. That's what they make now.
Yep.
Not little graphics cards that go on your computer, but they'll still make those for a little bit. But that's what their focus is on. What's behind
that's what
Jensen?
that's what they're focused. And so Nvidia Blackwell, which is a server company, isn't it? Isn't it like a gigantic server company?
Yeah.
This Blackwell, Nvidia Blackwell. So it's a latest data center processor. It is close to being launched, if I'm not mistaken. One of the things, and it's going to be able to do calculations and do all kinds of AI and all kinds of things that's just going to blow your mind. And that's all great. We all love tech. We love, this is making some really cool stuff. One of the things that they talked about is the wattage usage. And they were talking about for each GPU, that's a graphics card that's going to be running in this Blackwell cluster. Because it says NVIDIA's Blackwell cluster, which will come with 8 GPUs pulling down 15 kilowatts of power. That's 15,000 watts of power divided by 8. That is 1,875 watts per graphics card. So what it said is, if you will skip on down here, and it said this is the direction of the AI processors. They're going to start. Nvidia is going to be funneling people this direction towards this kind of a industrial graphics card. And it said once there's 1 million Blackwell graphics cards, GPUs, it will suck a 1.875 gigawatts of power. In context, the typical nuclear power plant produces 1 gigawatt of power. So this would need technically two nuclear power plants. If 1 million of these Blackwell graphics GPUs are in use around the world, that's how much electricity is going to be being used, because they're power hungry. These processors, graphics cards.
And the flux capacitor is an add-on.
This is where Skynet starts.
Yeah.
So what's Nvidia Shield going to do? They're going to start selling the heat produced by the setup? That's going to create a hell of a lot of heat.
There we go. There's another thing. Can we bottle up that heat and send it
Sell
up here?
it. Yeah.
Canada, up in,
I don't know if you guys have seen, but they started to release. Everybody knows what Bitcoin miners are, but they started releasing space heaters that mine Bitcoin. It's they just pump heat as a byproduct of their mining the Bitcoin.
So you're mining the Bitcoin, but you're getting the heat from.
Yeah, you're getting a space heater, so your space heater pays you back.
That's crazy.
It's amazing when we think about these industrial graphics cards being put in. Once there's 1 million of them in use, how much power these things use compared to other stuff. And it also, in the article, talks about fossil fuels, because not every place is using nuclear power or hydropower. You got fossil plants using coal or natural gas or oil. So when we're talking about looking out for the planet, we're looking out for keeping the planet safe and renewable, then we're creating a device or hardware that is going to just drink power. And again, you think about with it drinking power to create these AI things that are going to put people out of work.
Well, they're asking the AI the wrong question. You know, they have to ask it, okay, how do we solve this power problem? You know, let's do the smart thing first. You know, I know, right?
Well, in the Matrix, they just hooked those humans up into they turned them into the power source. So
they did.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, well. And it's an interesting article. Again, all of the people over in my side chat are all very well. We have all the links to any of these articles you want to read. Read the full article for yourself down below. All the articles are in there. So, you know, a lot of people are like, oh, a faster chip and a faster graphics card. Wow, I want it. But then we think about the downside, you know, because it is. You think about some of these, even regular people, homes graphics cards. If you some of those bigger cards, and I know now, Roger, you got like a higher end card, don't you?
Yeah, but it only pulls like 400 watts.
Oh, okay.
Which is you know about par for a high end graphics card, 4 and a quarter, you know. But what Jensen's is a different scale altogether.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, 100%. 100%. And yeah, this is so not all great things when we think about some of these new technology and direction, you know, because I mean it does take power to run some of these things. Leon posted over here, what about the AC to keep them cool?
Yep.
That's that's a 100% agreement there.
And here's the thing. They're not going backwards on AI. AI
Yeah.
is gonna take over more and more and more aspects of our everyday life, and it won't take them very long to put a million of these chips into or
No.
units into production. So
Hmm.
it's gonna get crazy. It's gonna get crazy fast.
Yeah, it's oof. Here's a protect your neck kind of thing, and this is, I normally won't post some of this kind of stuff, but I do think that this is an important update. I am not a Chrome user, but Chrome is a very popular browser, probably one of the more popular ones due to Android and it being on Windows, or well, for Android, people using it on Android. But there is an important update that you most likely already have. But if you're a person that turns off your updates and you want to manually turn on your updates when you want, you're going to want to make sure this Chrome update is done. There was some serious security issues came up in May that they found with the Chrome browser, some major issues, and that your Chrome browser needs to be updated. Even the U.S. government has warned that no employees can use Chrome that if they did not
Yeah.
have this update. So keep in mind, you want to have this update. On the flip side, with the new update, they're going to a new version. Where was it down here? Manifest version 3. So a lot of stuff was using version 2. And as of the new update, it was going to go to version 3, which was going to help with the people stealing your session cookies. So what a session cookie is when you log into a website or log into a website, you type in your user password. Well, whenever you're going back to that website, it remembers you. So you're able to go and you don't have to put your password in every time. That is a session cookie so that you're able to come back, not log in. Hackers have found a way of stealing those session cookies from people through different ways, through malware or different ways that they grab that session cookie, and then they use that session cookie to log into your websites as you, because you don't even log in. It's basically, it's already
Register.
it's like a pass. The session cookie says, yeah, you're here, you've been here, come on through. So when you think about banking or some of your financial stuff or your credit card stuff, if someone has a session cookie where they can roll right back into your account without logging in, and you don't even know that they are in there, they're able to just pass right through. That's what this Chrome update was supposed to try to help stop. And doing that, going to Manifest 3, one of the casualties that's going to happen is people and their ad blockers. So if you're a person that is an ad blocker, you may find updating to the newer Chrome versions, you lose the ability of your ad blocker program, your script. And so that may be a reason why some people are like, well, I'm not going to install it because I'm going to lose my ad blocker. It's going to be a trade-off for that, because you're putting yourself at risk of someone getting your information. So I think I don't use Chrome, and I'm not sure about you guys on the panel, if any of you guys are Chrome users or.
Still hooked on that Vivaldi.
Yeah, Vivaldi, gotta love her. And I know, Eddie, I know you said you checked yours before the show, and it was
Right.
it was 100%
Yeah.
updated. So, and that's going to happen to most people.
Yeah, but I only use Google Chrome just for Google Earth. That's the only thing I use it for.
Oh, Google Earth?
Yeah.
Oh, well,
You just like looking at the planet?
No, because when I want to look at something, I find it plays better on Google Chrome than if you put it on a browser or another site. It's not as good.
So do I need to go outside and wave to you?
Yes, please.
Over there. Eddie's over there peeping Tom. He's a peeping Eddie.
Yep.
So yeah, just protect your neck on this if you're a Google Chrome user.
But is it a good idea to, once you've updated, to turn off your automatic updates?
I say no.
No.
Yeah, most people you don't need to turn them off. I mean, my Nvidia Shield, I turned off auto updates at times when I didn't want Kodi to update automatically.
Right.
Some of those kind of things, but I had to manually go in and tell it to update all those other things. So
Okay.
it takes more work to make sure that things are up to date. So
Okay.
it's users have to figure that out. Figure out what's worth what
Can
works.
you change that in the app settings for Kodi? You know, when you're in when you click on the app info in your Shield, you look at Kodi, and I think somewhere there you can tell it not to update.
I think you can do it. I can't remember if you did it on the Shield, but I think on the website or on the Google Play. I think in Google Play
you
can
can
tell
change
it,
that one.
don't
not
update
to.
this.
Right.
Something like that. I think that was a feature.
Yeah,
but
we'll have to look and
I
find
can't
a way.
remember. So funny that we talk about this is on Player Pass kind of thing, and we talk about all the crap that we get to see. This article talks about why we're seeing all this crap. And this article talks about why we're seeing all this crap is because the people behind the people that own the movies, the movie companies, the people that are wanting to profit from the movie companies are not movie companies really anymore. It is the hedge funds. It's these broker companies that are just buying up media companies because it's a good investment. I want to make a quick buck, or I see this as it's increasing, so we're going to buy it, and then we're going to push up the price to make some money off of it. So what happens is it's not the people that make movies that own the movie company anymore. It is these people trying to just make money from the stockbroker, because these people in these big the hedge funds or these consolidated companies that are buying up all these things, they don't care about how good the movie is or your movie experience or, hey, are we doing this franchise justice? They care about how much money they spent and how much money they made. And this, when it talks in this article, it talks about that's why we're seeing a decline in quality of shows and movies. And why it's happening is because the people running it aren't the people that care about this stuff. They just want to make a dollar. And if they got to fire half the staff, fine, fire the half the staff. Oh, we need a cheaper director? Fine, get a cheaper director. Oh, yeah, well, we're not willing to go and spend the extra money on certain CGI. We don't have the budget for it. Because all they care about is the money they make. And now we're getting shitty content.
Yeah.
Been getting that for a while now.
Yeah. Well, you got to think about how many companies we saw these consolidation of companies over the last 10, 15 years, where big companies beating up the smaller companies. And again, when these big companies buying up these other, it's not because they're trying to keep the company the way it was. No, they see a profit to be made, and that's what they care about. One of the things in here that we talk about is land of the IP, milk and garbage. Taking an IP, Marvel or your Star Wars or a certain Game of Thrones, and milking the fuck out of it.
Yeah.
And we see that all the time. And it's like, is that a good show that you just create a spinoff? No. But people, the investors are like, oh, we're going to make money because people are going to tune in because they like the name Game of Thrones or Marvel. And again, it's a good article talking about why we're seeing this to happen. And it rolls back that we're seeing the reason people left the cable companies is two things: the cost and all the ads. And I should say three, the content that was actually on this. So it's three things. Since over the last, year, 2 years, we've seen ads that have now cropped back into the streaming services. So now you got ads in there. Content is being split up amongst all the different companies. So now the cost now has become as much as you were paying with cable, because you don't have it all in one source. You have to, I got to have this service and that service and this service and that service to be able to watch the content you want to see. So it's almost full circle to the average user that they left cable to save money and to have more things, not have ads. Now they've got the ads. Now they're paying what they were paying with cable, and they're finding it harder to watch stuff, and more crap is on TV or on their TV. So, yeah, that's very discouraging when you read through this article about Hollywood and where it's going.
What's going to happen now with the AI? You know, as much as people might be saying, no, we're not going to do AI movies, I assure you,
oh yes,
it will be happening.
Yeah,
because you're going to have a lot of actors who can't act anymore that are going to sit there and say, do the AI of me, and make all the movies you want.
Yeah, I think we'll see it in animation first.
Mm-hmm.
I think
You think
animation
so?
will be taken over
Yeah,
by.
I guess animation first. Yeah, yeah, that would be a way.
Scripts.
Yeah.
The damn the script writers, that's going to be absorbed, and the end user ain't going to see that.
Nope.
I mean, yes, people know Harrison Ford, or people know Leonardo DiCaprio, and he's going to make sure he's in the movie. But are we going to know about a writer that doesn't have a job because AI wrote the whole script for him?
Yeah.
They,
You know what I mean?
They got some
on the other hand,
protections in their last contract about that, for that, but that contract's only going to last for so long, and then they'll have to renegotiate again.
In 3 years, another 3 years.
But I'm talking about the actor themselves.
Yes,
The
I know
actor
what you're
themselves
saying.
is going to say, "Hey, I'm Harrison Ford. I want this to live on forever. I want to see
well, how about John Wayne's
yeah,
last remaining daughter,
right,
or great granddaughter sells his
Right.
likeness. Whoever controls that, somebody controls his estate. They could
Mhm.
very well sell. We could have new John Wayne movies. The technology isn't quite there yet, but it will be.
Right.
It will be.
Right.
Yeah.
Like we said before, the genie is out of the bottle.
Mm-hmm.
You can't control it.
Yeah.
And one of the things here, when in this article, it talks about how much money that was being spent. And the money is actually going down that the industry is spending. Hollywood's spending less money, which you'd think that doesn't make any sense. How are they spending less money making movies this year? Or here at 2021 and 2023, how did they go down $2 billion? It's like, how is that? So you again, these these equity companies and stuff, they're like, we don't care. This is how much money you have to spend on this movie. We don't care what you got to cut, who you got to cut, but this is all you got. Again, instead of I think about the Lord of the Rings trilogy. And Blue and I watched that trilogy. Great trilogy. What was that? What was the name of that that show? Icons?
Yeah, the one I told you to watch.
Yeah,
yeah.
I think it was Icons, and it
Icons,
was
yeah.
it was about how they made Lord of the Rings. One of the best movies or series ever made. I'll argue that to anybody. And the money they spent, and the way that they had to be very creative on how they actually, the company didn't go broke trying to make the movie. That's not going to happen anymore.
Nope.
Because if you have an equity company that's going to say that's all you're going to get, you're not going to get the quality on the back end because you're holding the purse strings.
That's where the AI comes in.
Yeah.
They'll just,
Yeah.
They'll just make those scenes with AI. You know.
That's coming. So it's kind of scary. Great article. Again, these links are down below, folks. Read them. It's
Well, as an example, I'll give you an example. Since my boys have started back on movies, they've seen the changes that are being done right now. Like their time is being cut like crazy because it's being replaced by something else.
Yeah. Again, people that don't know Eddy's kids work in the movie industry. I mean, both his kids work in the movie industry, been on the show. They see it firsthand what's happening. And again, we're on the early stages of this, folks. And
I had an example of that. My son sent me what you call a call sheet. Okay, a call sheet is everybody that's going to be on that movie that day. Okay. And my son, I asked him, I said, could I, show it just to you guys? And he said, no, Dad, don't do that. He says, we like, it's for your eyes only.
Yeah.
But
understandable.
My son told me he said that call sheet has been cut down by at least 35% compared to what before they had the strike. So they're cutting like crazy.
Well, they're having to pay the movie companies are having to pay out more for benefits and this and that because of the contract. So like, well, we'll just put less people. I had that happen in the private sector, and I'm sure people over on the side chat seen this in real life. When people get raises, they give you less hours. I had one company when I worked for it, and everything was, so I was given a certain dollar each week. So depending on your sales, you would have a labor cost that you could have. So your labor was a certain percentage of your sales. So as my employees made more money, well, of course, now it cost me, that employee each year that my employees stayed, they would get a raise, and I would have to cut hours back because the amount of money for the sales was the same. So it's the same thing. I think what these guys at Hollywood are doing is, since we're paying more in people, we got to pay the people more. We'll just have less people.
Yeah.
To do it. So that's brutal. A couple things here. I'm just gonna throw this real quick because I know a lot of people may not care about this. So FlatHub has Kodi, and FlatHub is where did that go? Flatpak.
Yeah.
FlatHub. Flatpak is FlatHub is the hub, the repo that it's on, but Flatpak is what you can install on Linux. You're able to install a whole bunch of other things. So if you have run Linux, so Raspberry Pi or some of those things like that, you can actually install programs very easily through this interface. So if you're a person that has a Raspberry Pi 5, or you're running Linux on a PC, Flatpak can be installed, and it has a bunch of stuff that you can install and run through Linux, and it can run very well. Again, you've got Telegram on there. There's all your browsers, but it also has Kodi in there. So if you're a person that is running Linux on some of your stuff, you probably know it. But if you didn't, check out Flatpaks, which is at the FlatHub, to be able to get some stuff to be able to install on your Linux. All right, I know how much we love UFC, boys. What do you think about 303? I mean, where do you think this is? We saw that one of the press conferences just last week was canceled one of those press.
Everyone has to tiptoe around McGregor, and you know how I feel about it. So everyone knows how I feel about it. Stand it. You know,
McGregor did post on Instagram a picture of him after he canceled the press conference, a picture of him sitting in a doctor's office with his
Yeah.
shirt off. So,
Well, in what was it? Was that the night before, the night prior? And I
He
love
was
how Dana says,
partying.
well, we don't know how much truth is in this. He's got Connor is doing this, filming himself with some, I don't know if it's his wife or girlfriend, whoever it is.
Wasn't his wife.
Okay. So filming there at a nightclub, and he's having a good time. So I don't know. I think, in my personal opinion, I think that this McGregor Chandler fight, which is a top card in 303, the pay-per-view at the end of this month, I think it's not happening. This
Yeah.
Gregor is not fighting.
Yeah.
This poor guy's been waiting forever.
Chandler's an idiot. Chandler's an idiot. He shouldn't have waited. He should have been fighting this entire time. He's never going to fight Connor.
Yeah, but I mean Chandler, this is a money grab kind of situation. You got McGregor, who is a name. People know the name, even if you're not a UFC fan or if you don't watch no UFC. This is going to get, if McGregor fights, which I don't think he will, but if he does fight, it's going to be a money magnet for UFC, because people are going to be like, I want to see McGregor fight. I saw him in the movie. I want to see him fight. So, I think that this is just the beginning spin. I think within the week or so, we're going to hear about McGregor is not fighting. What was it? Chandler posted something about mental health or something, a tweet. I don't know if I can see it in here. But it said something about he posted a tweet about people being able to find mental health right after McGregor, after they canceled the presser. So, yeah. What's up, Andrew?
What's that noise?
It was I wasn't trying to find out who it is.
No,
It might have been Andrew, but Andrew is already I don't know.
That's horrible.
Yeah.
I'm going to mute my mic. Everybody mute their mic.
How am I here? It can't be this website.
Sounds like somebody moving box.
Oh, stop.
Oh, it was Andrew. Wait. I can't unmute him. Oh, yeah, it might be Andrew. But it's weird because it says
his is muted, right?
Oh, okay. All right, we only got a couple more topics, and then we got to go to the second.
Well, one way to check for sure. Hold on. Yeah, it was Andrew.
Okay.
It is Andrew.
FBI gives out 7,000 ransom key keys. So if you're a person that falls victim to ransomware, the FBI does have 7,000 keys. I don't know how hard it would be to run a scan to find out which one of those keys unlocks your stuff.
Hey, listen, I know a company that got hit with this one.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I sent that off to them.
I see reports of a few hospitals have been taken down here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just gonna put them backstage for now.
All right. So yeah, that can happen. So it's good that they're giving them out. We'll see how it's just kind of trying to strike back at people that are trying to get people's shit. Another big topic, and I think that this is pretty cool talk. We talked about there was the big sports joining of things that trying to create some big sports service for people, a live service that has sports. So we're going to call it Venu. So now the new sports app is going to be called Venu. It is not, there's no price of this come out yet, but they did announce what they're going to have. And this is a collaboration of ESPN, Fox, Warner Brothers, Warner Brothers Discovery, I should say, that they come together. And so they've given a list of the channels. So we're going to have ESPN, ESPNU, SEC Network, ACC Network, ESPN News, of course, ABC, Fox, Fox Sports 1, 2, Big Ten Network, which was that's a channel that a lot of people did not have. That was a paid subscription to have the Big Ten Network for a lot of cable companies. TNT, TBS, True, ESPN Plus. So with this package, with the Venu package, you're going to be able to watch your pro football, that's NFL, UFC, UFL, basketball, baseball, hockey, your college sports with all of your big SEC. Yep, you're going to see SEC, the Big East, Big 12. You're going to have all that. Golf, Grand Slam, cycling, soccer. So that's got your FIFA. Okay. Combat sports, UFC, because it's going to be ESPN is on that. And then your auto racing. So with this one package, it's going to unlock, and this is going to be the sports package. So I think it's going to do very well with
We're going to sell a shitload of it.
Yeah, it's going to sell. It's going to sell. This is be great for cord cutters that don't have other alternatives like some of us.
Yeah,
but
it'll be highly pirated, but they're going to sell a lot of it as well.
Yeah. So
I was watching. I don't know what I was watching, but I saw an advertisement for YouTube TV, and they were bragging about how you could watch 4 channels at once, and they showed a clip of the 4 squares, and I'm just laughing to myself. I'm like, wow, you guys caught up to something that's been happening in our neck of the woods for about the last 5 years. So you guys are slowly playing catch up. What the freaking pirates have been doing for years.
Yeah, you're
and
right.
We have 8 screens.
Yeah, yeah. If you got a good service and a good internet good device, 8 screens. We've seen that. So it's so Venu that's coming. Price we'll hear about the price. So we got here one of Aubyns Sites of the week. So give us a little rundown of what is this? Always judge a book by its cover, brother.
I'm trying to remember now. Well, first let me click on
how to talk to your cat about gun safety.
yeah. They have different which one was this? Judge your own book by its cover. Yeah, so you see here they have these crazy books here that you can actually buy. And I just thought it was pretty funny if you're looking for a
garden gnome attack. How to survive a garden gnome attack.
People will read anything. I think we're in the wrong business for sure.
Eating people is wrong. Well, don't tell my wife that.
Yeah.
Crafty with crafty with cat hair. There goes monetization. There goes all my money. I ain't gonna monetize this no more.
Okay. Wait. Hey, Andrew.
All right. Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah. We were hearing something.
I thought I muted. I thought I had muted.
No, now you're not.
Did, but then it showed muted, but then we can still hear you.
Oh, weird. I don't know what was. Oh, I was I had to go and clean the cats. The cat had a big
cat litter. We just had a book for you here, right?
Hey, crafting with cats, or are you gonna teach your cat about gun safety?
I don't think their cats can have guns in the UK.
I need to talk to my cat about having a shit in the toilet and flushing the chain.
They can do that. They can do that.
Yeah.
They have honestly, those things there.
They'll go in there. The two of them. They'll go in there. They'll have a crap. They'll wait until I go to clean it out, and as I'm cleaning it out, they'll come in.
And do it again.
You know what they're telling you, right?
Fuck you! I'm going to do it again.
Yeah, they're telling you you're not cleaning it enough for me. You're not
That's
claiming
my
that
dog.
business.
My dog does it outside. I'll be out there picking up, and she'll come outside and be like, "Oh yeah, here, let me give you an extra one." So all right,
You know,
all right. So here's our other site. Hey, for anybody with epilepsy, be careful. Don't watch this. So this is called the staggeringbeauty.com.
yeah. Yeah, if you really wiggle it around, it'll, look crazy like that. Yeah.
So yeah.
Let me wiggle it just a
Just a
little
little
bit.
bit.
All right. So that's your staggeringbeauty.com. And
Okay.
the site,
And
the bad buy of
the
the week.
the bad buy of the week. This is the bad buy of the week. Any of you that love clowns, there you go. You can buy this here off of Amazon.
I kind of love
forgot
it.
what the price is. It figures you would. And what was the price on it again?
This
the
was
thing will work with
in
it?
the US, $275, not available in
275.
Canada.
Of course not.
Cannot be shipped to your location. $12.75 US, 8x10.
I
Unframed.
got to start putting some pictures up there. These crazy pictures. And make money on them. I can't believe people would actually spend money on this.
I love that. I think that's awesome.
Oh my god! There's some other different pictures that they have too. I've seen a bunch of these clown ones.
Yeah. All right. So that's all right. So let's go do our spin of the wheel. Then we're gonna get started with our player pass.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Here we go with the player pass. Do you want to
read them off?
Aubyns, you want to say what
we
the
have?
movies are?
Andrew has Purely Belter. Blue has Atlas, which we won't hope that will land on because she's not here with us. I have Godzilla, Godzilla Kong. Dabs has Godzilla -1. Eddy has Bob Marley, One Love. And Roger has the Ministry of, does it cut it off of me? The Ministry of
Gentlemanly warfare or some shit.
Warfare.
Like
yeah. Okay.
Okay. All right. So we'll go ahead and spin it. Hey, Russell and Michael, we'll go ahead. I'll hit those questions in a minute. Let's spin the wheel.
Come on, Green.
Come on. Let's get something. I want something better than. Let's get something good.
Oh no, keep going.
Oh, we're headed to. Oh, yes. I can't wait to watch this with people and find out what you guys think of this.
Oh yeah.
It wasn't my pick. It wasn't my pick.
It was my pick. Me.
Dave?
You did,
Yeah.
Dave. This is a good conversational piece.
Yeah.
This
Definitely.
is definitely a good conversational piece for the show. I be it if you love it or hate it, I think that people are going to have strong opinions.
Mm-hmm.
I'm keeping mine on the wheel until it's picked.
Oh no.
Purely Belgian. All right.
It's another Geordie one.
Okay.
Pretty much like the one we've just watched.
Oh Jesus. All right. So let me ask this question. I'm going to ask this question. We'll answer these two questions, and we'll go to player pass. This is Aubyns. Question to you: has anyone lived nearby an airport noticed when planes fly by, internet cuts in and out, or volume gets low and loud?
I live by the airport.
Oh,
no, mine doesn't. No, that wouldn't get because you just hearing a plane.
Yeah, well, I think he's trying to.
The planes come over my house slower than they come over Dave's, and it's but his are really loud. Mine are loud. As a matter of fact, here comes one now. I can already hear it, and it's gonna fly over. But you guys, I don't think you guys are hearing them, right?
No.
That's because of that crisp app that I use. So that's why you guys haven't been hearing.
We used to hear it because remember I tell you shut the damn window.
Yeah. No, and my window's wide open right now.
Yeah, I know, but we used to complain.
Yeah,
I used to complain.
Yeah. That's why I got the app. Hey, the app was on the side of the week too.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead.
But
Dave,
it doesn't do anything to my internet. Nothing to my internet.
No, it doesn't. It does not. I mean, because I live right by NAS Oceana, where all the fighter jets for the aircraft carriers are. So they fly over my place probably 40 times a day.
Okay.
So no, the volume
Maybe-
wise,
I wonder
I wear
if his-
headphones or earbuds all day.
I wonder
not
if
affect
his
my internet.
internet is he using satellite
5G
or something?
or
Oh, he's using
5G.
5G.
I'm wondering. I don't know.
Yeah,
Wow.
if
5G.
possibly if you're using 5G, yes, or satellite, yes, it could.
What about Wi-Fi?
Yeah,
well,
what if he
Wi-Fi
he's
is fine.
what if he doesn't have a Wi-Fi password and all the people on the plane when it's flying over is connected to the
Everybody's tapping into his
Tapping in.
Wi-Fi while he's flying by.
Yeah.
All right. Question here from Michael. I guess I haven't asked. I do have a Kodi 21 fork now. I don't know if Kodi Apps removed my from APK time. I'll have to hit up Kodi Apps with that because he controls that one. I will say the things. Michael, if you hit me up in Streaming Matters Telegram group, I have the 21 APK. I have a 21 fork, and I can post it, and you can download it. But it will work just fine because I've checked it a couple times. Let's go ahead. Let's go with our show. We get started on the second part here. Let's get.
Let's get these all.
Uh-oh.
What?
I didn't know you were getting.
Oh
something.
no, I'm switching the things to the
Here's our pop. Here's going to do our pop intro there. And here we are for Player Pass. So this is the movie. This is the segment of the show where we will review The Old Oak. This was spun. We picked this last week on the wheel. It's spun. This was Eddy's choice. Eddy, since this is your movie, you want to be first or last on?
I'll go last on this one.
Okay, all right. So he's going to be last on this one. So The Old Oak. So which one of you boys want to be first on this one right here, The Old Oak?
I don't have much to say. I'll go first. It was an okay movie. It was about racism and I suppose the word just left my freaking mind. Refugees, and it was a nice human story. It was a fun watch. I don't think I'd watch it a second time, but for one time it was good enough. It had a good story, and I enjoyed it. That's about all I got to say, really.
Okay. Anybody
I'll
want to be
go.
next? All right.
Yeah, I'll go. I like the movie. Thanks, Eddy. As much as that part of England, how I always have such a problem understanding them, but thank God.
What are you on about?
What did you say? What Andrew? You said something? Well, I can't turn on my my closed captioning here.
I need the subs turned on.
I need the subs because that's how I understood the movie. But it's in England it's just like there's so many different parts that we might see stuff in movies, but we don't really get to see what's really going on, because in the UK they have had a lot of immigrants coming in, and they're having a hard time trying to deal with it because the people that were there already were down on their luck, and then now they had more people to deal with. So I think that this movie really did show, hey, look at us. There's something going on, and it's going on everywhere in the world, and people just don't care, But here we have people that, wanted to care, but you still always have an asshole that's gonna screw things up,
Yeah.
But I thought it was a good movie.
This is First of all, Eddie, I didn't realize it was in my neck of the woods. You never said that.
I told you
I think-
last time. I said it was in your neck of the woods in Durham.
Oh, I must have missed that. I must have missed you saying that. I literally jumped in the big screen a little bit late, and then they were all just talking Geordie. I was like, oh, brilliant! I understand everything except for the Syrian.
Right.
Yeah. But they spoke well enough.
Yeah.
They spoke English.
Yeah, when they spoke English, yeah.
This obviously this is a story this kind of story with like refugees coming into another country and that, and it's kind of been told all over the world. It's literally happened everywhere, like especially the big wealthy countries. Like,
right.
so it's a story everyone's familiar with. And it's a story that a lot of movies have used before as well. But what I like about this is this one, obviously, because I'm from that area. Well, I'm not from the area where they shot this, but like it's in my neck of the woods. It seems more real to me because I've seen stuff like what's happened here in this movie. What happens in this movie, like the good sides of it and like the prejudice sides of it, with people. Like the way people treat like total polar opposites of the way the refugees get treated. Like I've seen it firsthand, and I'm sure many other people have as well. But this just felt like real. This just felt like it didn't feel like, because I remember I can't remember who it was saying it, but someone said, "Oh, like it's not very good acting," and it wasn't like really good acting.
It was Blue. Blue was like, this is like watching a documentary.
Yeah, it was like, yeah, but that's the thing. It was like watching a documentary because it felt real.
Yeah, it felt real to me too.
Because it's actually like real situation that everyone understands and everyone's seen. But it was interesting seeing it from like a small mining. It's more like a small mining community's point of view, where really they can't even afford to live for themselves. So, and then they're getting immigrants sent to them instead of like where like some of the traditional bad guy in the movie, or like the naysayers, the ones that didn't want them there. They were like, oh well, why it's they're always sending them up here where we can't afford to have them, but they'll never have refugees in like London and places like that where it's like, you know, like the more wealthier parts of the country, which actually,
like Chelsea.
You know, where the rich folk. It's not really true though. I mean, they do get it is all over the country and it's all over the world, really. But it's when you're in these little villages and these little towns, you're like in a bubble.
Yeah.
So especially when you're up this side of the country, like London and the government and that just seems so out of touch with this side of the country. So you can kind of understand people's frustrations, but then obviously some people take it too far, like the lads in the pub in this movie, just like that. Basically, the racism comes out, and it's good to see. It's good to see that there's a lot of other people in the community that's just like, oh, let's listen. It is tough. It's like even the guy that owned the pub. He was having a really tough time. He couldn't afford basically to keep his pub running. The people who he didn't like were the ones that were keeping his pub open.
Yeah.
But he still wanted to help others. And that's what a lot of people in these small communities are like. And I do like these kind of stories because they are kind of real and they're like truthful stuff. So it's good to see that, like, from the point of view of a small town that has to take in all these refugees, rather than just like a big city or something like that.
One thing it kind of showed you that the people living in that village really weren't much better off than the refugees who came there with nothing. Like when the kid got the bike, you know, and there's 3 boys standing there, and you say, "Oh, look, it's a secondhand bike," and one of them goes, "Wish I had a bike," you know. Then the one girl gets sick and takes her home, and she's looking to feed her something, to make her feel better, and there's no food to give her. So it kind of just showed you that the people who lived in that village really weren't much better off than the refugees who were going there. Now, I watched it 2 times, and I enjoyed it more, I would say, the second time, maybe because there was a group with us there. But I mean, one thing I will say that I always find interesting, because I always watch the movies twice just so I can really give it a true viewing. But it always kills me. We'll be sitting there, and Blue did it last night. The first time she saw the scene where the guy's holding the dog in his, holding the dog because the other 2 pit bulls there were going crazy. And then she just said, something's going to happen to that dog. I just know something's going to happen to that dog. And it was like the other week with Quick, he brought up something. There's going to be and I always find it interesting. And it was like, and Andrew was like, Mara, and I'm like, Andrew, just wait, give it 15 minutes. They're going to tell you all about Mara. Well, I mean, I enjoyed it more the second time. It still is too long. It just freaking drags. I think you could easily cut 20 to 25 minutes off of it. None of them could act. But there you go.
I think they could act. It's just that
I did too.
you know what it is, though. It's that accent. It's this accent. Acting in this accent, it just sounds. It doesn't sound.
It's the
because
accent.
They're using it's real. They're just using their own accent, their real accent. It's not making like some bogus American.
Now, I would think that Geordie accent is a harder one for like somebody from London to put on if it's not their normal accent. I would think it would be a hard one to imitate.
Has anyone ever? I assume someone's got to have seen it. Vera.
I haven't watched it.
No one's seen Vera.
Oh, the movie Vera.
No, it's a series.
Not the movie. It's a TV series. It's like detective.
Yes.
Yeah, that's one of my best shows.
Yeah, well, she's not from here, and she does a good northeast accent.
Yeah.
Okay.
It is a very like how do I put it? I mean, I guess I'm not going to offend anybody because I'm the only one that speaks Geordie here. It's like
download some episodes of Geordie Shore.
It's like no, that's embarrassing. That stuff.
We are.
It's man. It's and also before I continue, Beach. It's Mara, not Mara.
Mara? Okay.
Mara. You're my Mara. You're all my Maras. Basically, friends.
Yeah, that's for sure.
It's like, so the Geordie accent. It sounds very like common. It sounds very like rough sometimes, and it doesn't seem like it. Like if you're watching a movie or a TV show and then someone starts speaking in this accent, it doesn't come across like they're very good at acting. I don't know what it is.
Well, usually they're going to be a criminal if they have that accent in a movie or something,
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. Explain something to me. When let's watch that Clarkson Farm, right?
Oh, yes.
How far up north is that?
Where's Clarkson's Farms in? What's the town called?
Well, how those people are talking. You know what I mean? Because they have that one guy that they're
below me. So basically, where I am is right next to Edinburgh, right next to Scotland.
Oh, okay.
So like Scotland is above where I am, and then everything else is like below me, or to the.
Okay.
Like,
so how far are you from?
Europe?
No, the where they do the races right now. The island there. What is that?
Isle of Man?
The Isle of Man. Yeah.
That's on the other side of England.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
That's across the. I mean.
But is that north where you are across the water?
Yeah, I think it's north. I think it might be north from me.
No,
Isle of Man, is that on the northeast?
No, it's on the north. It's northwest.
Northwest, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, so more like toward that's right.
Yeah,
But
around north of Liverpool.
northwest, like Manchester, Liverpool.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. No, because I know I will eventually get to the Isle of Man.
Yeah,
That'll
well,
be a
it's
good
Clarkson's
take
farm
your
is
bike.
filmed
That'll be
in
good.
the Cotswolds. It's between Chipping Norton and Chadlington.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
But I'm just saying because that one guy who talks on there where I can't understand the
him.
word. Right. And I want to
Gerald.
know how far off he is from you.
no, that's
You know?
I don't need subtitles for Andrew though.
no.
I don't
But for Gerald, they purposely do that because if you're watching it, actually, they kind of cut bits where he's talking, like so it sounds like he's cutting like from one sentence and going to the next thing. They make that sound worse than what it is because if you really listen to him and some of the bits, you can hear what he's saying.
Yeah,
it's just
some of it, but I mean,
but it's very farmer accent. It's very traditional farmer accent.
Right. I just don't get it. I can't understand a word he's saying to me.
But they've got to do. They just make it worse because of Clarkson's reaction.
Right.
He's just like standing with a blank face, and then he just
it's
goes,
fun TV.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Let's see my thoughts on this. It is it did feel like a documentary type of thing. The acting, it did not feel like these were actors. It actually felt like it was real people. The guy, the pub owner here, I did enjoy his acting. I thought his acting seemed pretty good. But I think with this movie's not a bad movie. It actually, I think it touches, as Andrew says, on something that's common throughout the world. And being that I've lived here in Canada, I've lived in a number of different places in the States, and racism is everywhere. Who they're racist at depends on your location. So what a joke would be made about someone from the Middle East or someone that is indigenous here, they would make that same type of joke or that that making belittling someone. If I was in the South, it may be of someone that was Hispanic or Black. Or if I go out when I lived out in Seattle, that would be someone that was indigenous Eskimo or that was from Asia. So when you watch this movie, it does bring forth, even if it's not Syrians that are moving into your town, if it's somebody else that's moving in, as Andrew says, we've heard these types of conversations and these types of people being racist or judging another person without even knowing them. And it's hard to see that in all you can hope is that you do your part as this pub owner did. And as these other people in this town did, because again, I think like Auburn and some of them said this was such a small town. So when they brought in these Syrians, such a small town that when you add in 20 or 30 Syrians to this small town, it's a major impact because of the ratio of people that are in that town. I think that that spoke to me. I think that it really meant something. It made you think about these people that are coming. If it's from Mexico in the U.S., how many times we've talked about making fun of the Mexicans or the people from Central America or South America coming. Oh, they're coming in, taking all of our jobs. We heard the same things in this movie. They were, they're coming. They're going to be paying them low wages. That's why it's costing all of us this and that. You've got people that are willing to leave their home, their culture, their friends, everything they know, their language, to move someplace to make a better life for their family. How many of us in this room would be willing to go to a different place if it meant you could not provide for your family.
With
You
only the
can't
clothes
provide
on
them
your
food.
back.
Yeah. How many of us for your family would do that because your family needs it? They're going to starve without you going someplace. To
I
me,
did that when I left West Virginia.
yeah. But I mean, at least you spoke the language, and there. Yes, you were going, but some of these people when they're coming in, they don't know the language.
Yeah.
I have
Yeah,
to
like you in
commend,
Canada.
huh?
Like you in Canada.
Well, a little
You had
bit.
to learn to say A at the end of all these
Hey,
sentences.
I still
Yep,
haven't said
that's what you gotta
it.
do.
I
In
still
the
not done
boot.
that, and I'm still not eating Putin or poutine.
And I know I'd never get used to milk in a bag.
I know. So I do think that it's a good movie. I think that it should be. We should reflect it and think about it themselves, about yourself. But when we look at just Syrians, it's not just the Syrians. We got to look at this. How does this fit in your place or your
of the woods.
neighborhood, your home, or your town? There was a lot of aspects I liked about this. There was a lot of aspects I'm like, I don't know if I really like this. So it's a heartfelt movie. So I understand Eddy likes these kind of movies. So that's all I got to say. Just I don't know. For me, be a better person. I think this movie takes away. Be a better person. Be there to help somebody, not knock them down, because we got enough people trying to knock everybody else down. And I didn't like the dog part.
No.
I hate seeing that. I don't know. I don't know. I don't.
But there were no
could the movie
black
been
guys
all
in the
right?
film.
There was
There was
only
black
two.
women. We saw
Couple
black
At
black
the
Two
women.
black
very
women.
end.
Two
I
black
think-
women.
Yeah,
But no
but
black guys.
I've seen two black guys.
Where?
Yeah,
They
there was
were-
a little boy. There
Oh,
was
the
a
little boy?
and then it was
I
in
thought-
the park.
I thought he was Irish.
All right. So that's what so that's all I had for this movie.
Uh-huh.
Okay, for me, I was hesitant to put this on the wheel because the way I can correlate to this movie, because the influx of, let's say, of a lot of different nationalities, it started off virtually in the 1950s. In the 1950s, when I was in the UK, you had the influx of the West Indians, like Trinidad, Jamaica.
Yep.
They came in, but it was a different aspect. They were totally rejected. There was a lot of upheavals. There was a lot of riots.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Then later on, I noticed when I went back in 1972, there was an influx of Hindus and Pakistanis. Excuse the expression, which I do not like. They call them Pakis, and the word came up in this movie. Okay. What happened there is because the way the Pakistanis and the Hindus, what they did, they'd buy a house and they'd take in, let's say, you see the houses in the movie, they're so close together, we call them a two up and two down. Andrew knows what I'm talking about because he must have the same thing where he lives. But in there, they get 13, 15 people living in that house.
Mm-hmm.
They get into this house and they save the money up, and then they go out and buy businesses. And they build up the society. But the people didn't like it. Okay? Then, as I noticed in the 1990s, another influx was of Muslims. And that was the same thing as with the black people in the 1950s. But what they did, they started off to what you call a little ghetto. We call it Asian. It was like we call them the Asians. They lived in a certain part of town. But this movie, why I was hesitant of putting it, because the controversy is, it's a small mining town. But the same thing happened in the town where I live, which was known for cotton mills. We had cotton mills all over the place. As soon as the cotton mills started to close down, our town was in the same situation as this. The people were, they're coming in, they're getting all the houses cheaper because they're coming in and this and that. And the people that were already living there are scratching and trying to make a living, But there's one thing that I really learned from this, and my aunt always said to me, people that eat together stay together. That is what I learned. And exactly this is the basis of this film, that if everybody sits down and talk to other people from other nationalities, you're going to learn, and you're going to learn, they're going to learn, you're going to learn, and everybody can get together, you know. But this movie, I'm subscribed to a lot of movies about the UK, from the UK, and this one slipped by. I don't know how I didn't see this one, but I found it on the radio. I was sitting down at the table reading a paper, and I was listening to the radio, and they were reviewing this movie in French. And I said, wait a minute, why are they removing this in French? You know, because usually over here, if they would start reviewing a movie, they're talking about French movies, not talking about English movies. So when I got onto it and I started watching it, and I couldn't believe it, I said, you know, shouldn't I put it on the wheel? So I decided to put it on the wheel.
Good. It was a Canal movie anyhow.
No, it was a BBC movie.
Yeah, BBC and Canal.
Yeah.
It was at the beginning.
Yeah.
Because it was produced by the BBC, Belgium, and France. Because Todd asked me, he said, hey, it's Belgium. I thought it was not until I looked at the credits at the end, and I found out it was 3 different countries together.
Mm-hmm.
But the acting in this, the guy that owned the Oak, he's an actor. He plays in a lot of British shows. Yeah. But the girl, Yana, she's not a professional actress.
No.
But all in all, I love this movie.
Mm-hmm. It was a good movie. I liked it.
It's movies that I like that I could relate to.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right. Do I see? I guess everyone's chimed in, correct?
Yeah.
All right. People over in the side chat, I didn't see too many like big points that anybody really made. I didn't see. So we're going to go ahead and toss this into our play or pass. So it's part of the show where we're going to be play or pass. So can you recommend this to people? So that would be a play. If you could not recommend this in clear conscience, it would be a pass. So I will tally up what the votes are. I see Andrew's to my far right on the list here. So I'll start with Andrew. Andrew, you give The Old Oak a play or a pass?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, I've just come back in the room.
Oh, play or pass?
Oh, I'll give it a play.
Give it a play.
I know some people that probably would watch this. And also, you know, it's good message. And do you know what I liked about it? Not that it's a great movie, but it's been a good discussion topic.
Yeah.
True.
That's what I said. You know, I was hesitant because I thought I was going to get a negative reception of this movie.
Eddy, so because you're the next one over there, so play or pass for The Old Oak?
Oh, for me, it's a play.
Play. Dub Beach, play or pass, brother? And Beach must.
Oh, he's muted.
Oh,
yeah, sorry, I was mute. A freaking jet was flying over, so I didn't.
You should let them hear one of them, and then they'll know the difference. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, well, yeah. I do know when to shut up every now and then. It is possible, but just so I don't burst Eddie's bubble, and he was talking about negative reviews, I will give it a pass. I mean, I didn't hate it, but I just don't know. I don't know. I could recommend it to anybody, and they would be glad to watch it. So that's why I have to give it a pass.
Gotcha. All right. Gotcha. Roger, play or pass for The Old Oak?
I enjoyed it enough. It was a play for me, and I got a couple of people I could tell to watch this movie. Like I said, it's not a. I would never rewatch this movie, but a one and done. Yeah, sure, it was a good movie.
All right. I added in the Leon and Willa's thoughts on the movie I got 2 passes over there, and I got Red also for a play. And Nook, with a play. All right, what about you, Big O?
Play. I'm gonna
Play for
play,
you.
and I've already told some people to watch it.
All right. Okay. I'm kind of with Beach on this one. I'm gonna give it a pass because I'm not sure who I would recommend to watch this, even though it does have some good conversational parts, as I blabbered on earlier about. I think it does give some things to talk about and maybe people to reflect on, and being more accepting of others. But I still, when we do player pass, could I recommend this? Would I recommend this? Do I have people I could recommend this to? I was kind of struggled with that one. So I'm going to give it a pass just because of that, even though there were definite good parts about this movie, it was not just a total POS or nothing like that. So, so I've got on here 7-3 on the voting here, Auburn. What do you have?
I have 11 to 5. 11 to 5 plays. 11
to 5.
Now,
Okay.
did Blue give it a play?
Yeah. What did she give it?
I don't know. I can't remember what she said last year. I don't know if she.
I mean, I know she said cried 2 times in her
Yeah.
headset.
Yeah,
Right,
I would bet I bet it's a play for her.
Hold on a second. Hold.
I'm gonna ask.
Once again, we'll have to give a reminder that we do a show every Friday.
Hey, did you give this a play or a pass?
I yelled at her. She must be
Also,
downstairs.
get me a beer.
I'm all out of beer right now. So
Wow.
Can you come here
On a Friday night?
yeah.
Blue, can you come here to tell us whether you said it's a play or pass or not?
I'm
While you're on your way, bring a beer.
Give me a rum and Coke, honey, because there's no good beer. All right, boys. I guess this is where we fall. All right, so it got a play on that one. So we got.
So we'll have another one to discuss next week now.
Yeah, and next week will be a good discussion. I think it's gonna lend itself to some good conversation.
Now, how long is that movie?
Civil War?
I'm not sure.
2 hours, something.
Hold on, I'll pull it up here real quick. I'll tell you.
Just I'm trying to figure out how long I'm going to be in big screen before I have to dip.
Let's see. What was our movie that we have to do next week?
Civil War.
Civil War. I was like,
and
wow.
It's an hour and 49 minutes.
Yeah.
Oh, that's not too bad.
Oh shit, less than 2 hours.
I mean, I might still miss some of the end of it with you guys, but I'll watch most of it.
Yeah. Well, yeah, last 10
I'll
minutes.
watch the rest in the morning.
So yeah, next week's Civil War. So yeah.
Well, I mean, it's Americans killing each other, so you should enjoy that.
That's what you get for leaving us. So we got that. That's for next week. So this segment for the next 15-20 minutes ish, we will throw the open the door for you guys to talk about any TV shows and movies that aren't on the wheel. We can talk about those. So any movies that are not going to make the wheel, we can go ahead and talk about those. So open the floor for you guys. What do you think? What's and over in the side chat, you guys, TV shows or movies that you would want to talk about?
I haven't watched.
Power has come back. I didn't
Power?
watch it yet. Yeah, but it's back.
Is it a new Power or
New Power? New.
I mean, not just a new season. Or is it a
new season? New season.
Okay, so just a season.
Yeah. It's a new season, but it's the last season for that one.
The last season for it, yeah.
Yeah.
You talk about IPs and keep spinning off different segments. It reminds me of NCIS, where you keep.
Oh, that's another one.
Spinning off.
Right. The Criminal Minds just came back also.
Oh, Criminal Minds.
Yeah, I love that one. I got to say the last season that they did was really pretty phenomenal. I really enjoyed it as a Criminal Minds fan.
I've been enjoying this season of Acapulco, but if you didn't watch the other seasons, or if you didn't enjoy the other seasons, you won't like it because it's more of the same.
All right, sorry. She did give it a play in
Okay.
On the Telegram. On
I,
the Telegram.
My partner's in the middle of watching Eric, which
Yeah,
says is
I'm
really
trying
good.
that. We're trying. We're two.
I'll be doing that
episodes in.
next.
Yeah, it's not a bad show. It is pretty slow. And I haven't figured out. I think we're 2 episodes in. I don't know if I really like it or if I dislike it. I'm not loving it, but I'm kind of like, all right, keep plugging away. How far are you in?
Oh, and I haven't watched it yet.
Oh,
It's,
okay.
I'm not sure what episode she's on or whether she's finished it or not. It's just my partner's that's watching it at the minute. I actually haven't watched any TV shows since Clarkson. I watched a couple of Netflix documentaries. That Dancing with the Devil or Dancing for the Devil, whatever that one, whether the TikTok one or something. And then the Ashley Madison. I just finished watching that one the day. The Ashley Madison documentary.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that site in the 2000s or whatever, that was like for married people to go and join up and basically cheap, yeah.
What?
And then all
where
that
was this?
date. Ashley Madison is called.
Madison. Yeah.
Is he trying to check if it's still available?
No, I was also looking up.
You want to look up this one here, Secrets of the Octopus?
That's what I was looking. That's what I was looking at.
Secrets of the Octopus.
See,
they are incredible creatures.
Oh yeah.
I actually maybe I did watch this. I think I did watch this, and I was blown away with how fucking smart an octopus is.
They're nearly as smart as we are.
It is
smarter.
mind-boggling. It's scary. I mean, how they can watch another octopus
we eat them,
do something, and they learn it. And they're like, "Oh, I saw how he did that. I'm doing it." And when they were talking about
they change colors,
the only reason they hadn't taken over the planet is because the female dies in the 3rd year or 4th year giving birth. It gives birth and then sits there and takes care of its young for 6 months or something like that until the young are born. In this space, the mother's dead, and it says so. There's no way of passing on that, knowledge in a way. Look at Mandy. What's up? Holy smokes! I hadn't seen Mandy in forever.
Hey, Mandy.
Wow.
Mandy.
Hey.
Oh,
What's up, girl?
So yeah, Secrets of the Octopus. That is if it's the documentary I watched, and I was like, holy moly.
Is that a series or was it a movie?
It was just I think it was just one episode.
Okay.
It's like a documentary. It was like
documentary.
Acolyte. I'll toss
yes.
that out there. So what are we thinking so far, folks? I've seen 2.
It was weird seeing. I'm pretty sure this is the first Star Wars that had full frontal nudity in it. And it was guy nudity. It was a man.
Oh man! I was like, wait, did I?
That's why it's 48%. I was going to say, no way if it was a woman. There's no way it's 48%.
Well, that's just not on Lucky's watch list.
It's at 48% because the lead character is a black female and probably gay. So all the Trumpers hate
show. By the way, guys, that Secrets of the Octopus is a series.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. It's from Nat Geo. 3 episodes in there.
We've been watching The Acolyte. We've seen the 2 episodes. First episode was good. Thought the first episode was good. Second episode, not so good. I just it's starting to kind of lose us.
It's only the second episode.
Yeah, but I'm not saying that we're gonna stop watching it, but it's still, some second episodes you're still in it. This I felt like it was like I'm hoping that it improves or at least stays. I felt like I don't think the budget is in this.
The sets and the surroundings aren't quite Star Wars.
Wow.
No. And all right, so this is me being nitpicky, but I pointed it out to Blue when we were watching it, and she goes, "Oh yeah, you're right." So the girl is walking down this alley. There's houses, or the mud homes or whatever it is. She should walk down the alley, and I said, "Why does it sound like she's walking on wood?" Because you could hear that clunk, clunk, clunk. And I said, "Doesn't this?" That again, not an audiophile guy, but I know what someone's feet sound like when they're walking on a ground, whatever. But it sounded like they were walking on like a wooden deck or something.
Yeah.
And again, that sounds petty, but it was little things like that. There was a part, 2 parts that Blue pointed out where the dialogue didn't fit. Like they assumed that you knew something in the dialogue because the guy repeated the monk. There's a monk part where there's a monk that's meditating. And she doesn't say that the monk was meditating, but then the guy's like, "Well, tell me about this meditating monk." And Blue goes, "She never said that. He just knew
that's."
So there was little pieces that it was almost like maybe it was edited out. Maybe maybe it was part of the script, but then when they were cutting it together, they took off a couple of little parts of that kept that one little piece fit when he said something. So there was little things like that. I enjoyed that there was no people from Star Wars that we know of because it happens 100 years earlier.
Yeah.
So there's no Luke Skywalker. There's no Darth Vader, and I enjoyed that part.
I did too.
But I'm hoping that the story. I hope that I connect with some of those people. Because I'm still like that. The guy without his shirt, again, could care less about that.
Yeah, me too.
About him. He's using binoculars when he's on the second floor. That was the thing. He's got a binocular. He's looking at something happening on the ground. He's on the second floor. How many of you guys? I got 55-year-old eyes. I can see from the first floor down to the ground. I don't need, you know what I mean? He's got binoculars. It's like, why do you have binoculars at that? It's like those little simple things that just didn't mesh. So we'll see about, hopefully I connect with some of the actors because I'm still kind of not sure if I'm loving the actors yet. The Asian guy, I like him.
Yep. The action is good.
Yeah.
I think.
The fight scenes are great.
Yeah.
Fight scenes are really neat. But we'll see if connections on that. And me, I'm not homophobe or any of that stuff. So I just hope that the characters, I hope that they all come together and you can, enjoy them. But I do like that it's not just here's Princess Leia, they're not in it. So
they got a complete open book to make up whatever stories they want. They're not going to interfere with too much because it's set so far in the past. So I think it's cool. It's new Star Wars. I'm always up for new Star Wars. I'm going to give it a watch every week. So
yeah, you wouldn't know it was Star Wars if it didn't have Jedis in it and lightsabers.
Right.
That's the reason why you still know it's a Star Wars thing, because of those two things. But yeah, we'll keep plugging away at it. It does kind of suck that you gotta. Is it going to be 2 episodes a week or?
I doubt it.
I doubt it.
2 first.
Yeah, and then they go one.
Because there's probably only 8 episodes total, right?
Episode 3 is on the 11th. So yeah, it's going to be 1 a week. So yeah, I'll wait it out. We'll plug along and That'll give us a little something to talk about each week. You know,
Mhm.
standing around the water cooler.
Yeah.
Real,
I don't
excuse
think the
me.
sets are up to par.
Agreed. Shogun is going to be there is going to be a second season of Shogun.
Yep.
I don't think we talked about that
Yeah.
last week. It will be, in which brilliant show, in my opinion. Brilliant show. Beautiful.
Yeah. I loved
Beautiful.
it.
I mean, costumes and sets. Ooh.
I watched
Yeah.
it as soon as it dropped on my way that I get my stuff. Like that night that it aired, I watched it as soon as it hit my stuff.
Oh, you get your stuff from Walmart?
I do sometimes.
Yeah.
Walmart's awesome. Yeah, we don't. If we were gonna, I was gonna get it from Target, but we don't have none up here.
What is it? Welcome back. Welcome to Wrexham. I heard they're gonna do it two more seasons. I don't know how come they're pronouncing two instead of one.
Because
Mhm.
those guys are losing so much. They lost so much money that in order to get their money back, they need to make
Yeah.
two more
Oh, yeah.
seasons of the show, probably.
Yeah.
They need that money from. So FX, yeah, FX does this one. So yeah, they
But
want.
that team is in League One, which is like 2 divisions below the EPL.
Yeah.
Well, and it's not cheap to.
Well, I
do
just
one
found
of these.
out that the coach of Wrexham, Phil Parkinson, he comes from the same town I come from. Well, virtually 8 miles away. He comes from Chorley. He's a Lancashire boy.
All
All right. So I guess
I was going to look to see, was there any other movies that?
we're dropping.
Yeah, I was just kind of.
Oh well, there's
glancing
one
through.
that's coming out. I can't wait for the bike riders.
Bike
Bike Riders.
riders.
Yeah, the bike
Yeah.
riders one. And been
Elvis
dying
is
for
in
this
it.
to come out.
Elvis and Tom Hardy.
Yeah, Tom Hardy.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Sometimes I don't like Tom Hardy's American accents.
The bike riders.
Yeah, one word.
Oh, I was like, why is it not coming up with? Wait, no.
Yeah,
Hey,
that,
yeah.
yeah,
All right.
Is that on it?
yeah.
Okay.
It's gonna
It's like a biker gang, isn't it?
what?
It's like a biker gang.
Yeah, it's a biker gang. Yeah, it's gonna be really good.
It's a series or a movie?
No, movie. It's a movie.
Movie.
Wow, Norman Reedus is in it.
Yeah,
He's got another Daryl Dixon coming out.
yeah.
The Book of Carol.
And she's not going to be on the show anymore. She's left the show. Did you see that?
I don't know.
Melissa McBride? Yeah, she's not going to be involved with The Walking Dead any longer.
Something else.
My daughter's friend, we took her on holiday with her, and she's obsessed with The Rookie.
Oh yeah, I
Really?
love that show. I love that show. Especially like I think it was like in between the third and fourth season. It was like how they ended the season was like one of those shockers. You know what I mean?
Mm.
I did watch this. If you, what you wish for. I mean, it's a low budget. I give it a 5.5. So if you got some time, you nothing to do, you can throw it on there. It's not horrible. Not a terrible movie, but I just happened to want. I saw it was a thriller kind of / horror thing, Blue doesn't like those kind of things. So I put it on one night when she was downstairs, and I was like, not bad, but definitely is on. You're not going to even hear about it. All right. What about? Do you want to talk about any of the fights or?
I didn't really look up any fights.
There's one tomorrow.
There's going to be one tomorrow. Yeah, we'll be doing it in big screen, but
not much of a card.
Yeah.
Yes. Bare Knuckles in the UK tomorrow.
Oh, okay. So I guess I'll be starting early.
Is that the PFL? That's in the UK, isn't it, tomorrow?
BKFC. BKFC.
Oh, BKFC.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is it in Newcastle then?
I don't know where it's at.
I don't know if it's PFL or BFK that's in Newcastle soon, because there's that boxer, the one from Newcastle who fought Clarissa Shields.
Oh,
she's making a debut.
Yeah.
Newcastle,
Newcastle, yeah. She's making a debut on this card, I believe. What's called, man? Oh.
Hold on. So this is your fights. You said a female?
Might not be this card.
I don't see no ladies on this
No
one.
ladies.
Not this card then. Must be a different one.
Do enjoy some bare knuckles is some real stuff.
Yeah.
These guys are crazy.
Yeah.
All right, wait. Here's BKF Prospects Newcastle. Hold on. Nope, same ones. Okay.
Same.
Yeah, same people. I saw that. I was like, there may be something
I
different.
think it's PFL. That's just fighting.
Yeah.
Professional fighting league. That's the one with Connor.
No, Connor's not with PFL.
Oh, who was it then? He did what?
No,
PFL
was
Savannah Marshall. Savannah Marshall.
Yeah, that's her.
Yeah, she's from Newcastle. She's a boxer.
Because wasn't it Nagano? He went to PFL, wasn't it? He got that $1 million.
That's only girls in the PFL.
Yeah.
No.
Can't remember who.
PFL's the one that Jake Paul's involved with.
Jake Paul.
It's got men in.
What's the one that Connor just went into?
Oh, it does have guys. Huh.
PFL.
He bought part of BKFC.
Bare Knuckle.
Yeah, he bought it.
Yeah, there's so many different ones. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Look at, they don't even have pictures of the people. Got their name and no picture. Like, hey, I got his picture taken.
From parts
The black guy.
So, okay, all right. Let me close that up. So, stop. Okay, so got that going on. What? Anything else?
Tonight I'm gonna do the Tough. The Ultimate Fighter started back up, so I'm gonna play that tonight in big screen.
And it's Shevchenko and God, what's that little Mexican girl's name?
Yeah, the one we like. Lupe? No, it's not Lupe.
Gosh. She's cute. She's Mexican.
Oh, gosh. What the hell?
She's cute and she's Mexican.
Yeah.
She's a champ. She just beat Valentina.
Yep.
What the hell's her name?
Cute Mexican lady.
Yeah.
Yeah, cute Mexican man. Let me just Google that.
J-Lo pops up.
Oh, wow.
But can't act.
No, you saying Ultimate Fighter there has just reminded us of the TV series, The Contender. I love watching that. It's just the first season anyway. That was the Sylvester Stallone one.
Yeah, the box.
Yeah,
They got like a bunch of boxers together and put them against each other. I really liked that. Actually, it was quite good.
Great concept. I wish they would have had more of it.
Mm-hmm.
And the coach, I couldn't remember her name, was Alexa Grasso.
Grasso, yeah.
All right, we got that. We got. We have anything else before we start wrapping up? I don't know if I don't think I forgot anything.
No, I think we got everything.
All right, I'll run through the panel that you guys say our piece. Anything we throw out there before we go, and Mr. Andrew, anything you want to say before we head out of here?
No, just have a good weekend, everyone. And it's very late here, so I'm going to go to bed after this.
Yeah, get to
If
bed.
anyone's, I know that's not pertinent information to anyone, but that's what I'm doing next.
He's willing to stay. He's willing to stay up till midnight, 1 o'clock for this show. So
Yeah.
And sometimes it's not worth it.
Yeah,
Depends what the movie is.
Eddie, anything you want to say before we go?
Everybody have a happy weekend. We're going to have a wet weekend all weekend. So I guess I get some series, finish them off. Have a good one.
Yeah, I was thinking wet weekend. I was thinking my mind. Beach. Anything you want to say before we go?
Nope. See everybody next week when we talk about Civil War. See what everybody thunk about it.
Yeah. There was a lot of people waiting for this movie. Raj.
Thanks for the invite as always. I had a good time, and I will see you guys next week. And like and subscribe. Again, we didn't mention it until right now.
Like, subscribe, and share.
Like, share, subscribe.
Aubyns.
Like, share, subscribe, people. Thanks for coming out. Like every week, you make our weekend. Hopefully, we'll see you guys next week. I'll post the movie names of those that keep forgetting. That'll be done either tomorrow or Sunday.
And we'll be watching Civil War.
Civil War in 3D. Yes.
Oh yeah, that'll be interesting.
Yeah. And we watched the Old Oak in 3D.
3D?
It was great. Yeah, we watched it in 3D. Yeah, it was good. It was good.
All right. First, let me just thank everyone that's on the panel. You guys come in here every week and hanging with us, or hanging with me and us all having it. It's enjoyable to hang out with you boys every week. It's great time. So I thank you guys for coming on here and doing all the work you guys do for this show. Thank you to people over the watch that join us. So again, like, subscribe, and share. If you need some information, our Telegram group is the easiest way and the best way to get some information. It's hard to answer questions on a thread on YouTube, but it's easier to answer in Telegram. So we'll see you guys. And again, streaming matters. What?
Look down there. MLB in London.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, just so you guys know.
People still watch baseball. Okay.
Oh, I watch baseball. You don't watch no baseball?
No, it's a sport. Hey, we do have the NBA Finals, so Game 1's done. I might watch it here now that it's in Boston and Dallas. Yeah, might just watch it just for shits and giggles. So, all right, streaming matters to us because streaming matters to you guys.